Hello, and welcome to Jordan's Journey Journal. My name is Jordan. Today's date is 10/29/2020. The posting date is to be determined. Journal entry date is 10/29/2020, and I always mess this up. Shout out to Tito, who's licking water in the background. I'm in a new location. I'm at Sarah's place, which is pretty dope. So without further ado, as I always say, we're going to get into the journal entry written by your boy Jay. This one's called Bleach and Acid because it's stuff to clean and open up your mind. And I'll catch you guys on the next one, so let's see what's on mine. I want to make a new track list, but I can't back shit, simply because Envoy just hits. You see, the homie always allows my notes and poetry to breathe. He's the man I want to be when it comes to beats in the MPC. Even though I don't know the theory, I would love to be more inclined musically, like my hero Envoy, the boy Nuja Best, or my man JD. You see, ever since I was a young buck, I played the drums in deep, but never wanted to pick up the sticks. I've always played the chord, but never wrote music or used a pick. I've always scratched, but never with the DJ's itch, the decks, or the normal set list. You see, because I'm A-tip, and by that I mean atypical in every fact of life, a unique individual from, day and night. Though the valley and the shadow I fight, I just want to let you know that I've seen the light, but been turned away by death, God, and to you I do pray, because luckily I've been told to live another day. And whether I know the truth or not about what happens after death hits your line and takes you from the spot, my head's not going to be hot. I'm not going to obsess about my last breath. I'm just living life like a game of Tetris, not chess, and I'm trying to find the answers or the key. But historically, the philosophers behind me would say that life is either this, that, or some other three. I think it's a whole bunch of certified grade A, B, S, but again, I do reference them. But I try to build my castle on belief on the thing that beats inside my chest. Whatever feels right to you, just like what my mom said. Even if she is a devout Christian, still God bless, that doesn't mean that we make a meal, it's a bigger deal than Gold Bond with Shaquille. With her words I still feel, but I'm not trying to chafe. That's why with my videos are usually one shot, so I can see the mistakes, exactly. That's why I pause as I hit my vape, because I value the naturalness that seems to be missing today. Everything seems so scripted and pre-written and fake, though this next bar is, so I'm kind of eating my own shit, my mistake. But I still want to take home this, and I want you to do it too, so lend an ear and understand. The next stage for this koi fish learning to swim is instruments. Life is simple, but people want it to come out fast like popping pimples when I'm here looking like a pizza with pepperoni stipples. But I'm still smiling every day, and hopefully you can see my dimples, and they won't fade. I value the words of those who passed away. Now, their advice isn't always in the starter pack, but just maybe in the air they breathed. That's to say, how they lived their life and how they came to the conclusions that caused them to be great, or at least well known, like Allen or Huxley, making sure everything I say, and trust me, is taken with a grain of salt. The things about God, death, and the big boss still, in my mind, could be false. But at the end of the day, it's for this great work of fiction. Till then, I'm working, like my man Envoy, chopping up beats in the kitchen. And I'm trying to make my family move suave like this Dominican and Haitian that I am. I just want you to understand that this man has great plans. And last time I checked my wrist, damn, look, no watch, and I'm gonna be on top. But never in the bedroom like some thought. I like you in that spot, because to be honest, when I get home from the shop, all I'm gonna want is to cuddle up and watch some cowboy bebop, maybe perhaps some samurai champloo, and take the rest of my death-given time beside you, my chick, my chief, my captain, my dude. That's why my special number is 4 and 2. It's the secret to everything in my life. But at the end of the day, when we're swaying to the blues on the moon, all I want to look at is the two things that scare me, and hopefully this next line will make you swoon. The vast void of space, and my love, you and your smiling face. So space cowgirl, don't be blue. Just know this, if I had one wish, just wait a moment or two. Okay, great. Your space cowboy, we'll see you soon. We'll see you soon, and I forgot to write about the space samurai, so I'm gonna do it right now. Heart your guy. And now a quick poem by who? By Jay. Who wrote him? Who wrote him? Featuring who? Young Tito. Tito, the dog, the Hokage second, yo! Rest easy, young space samurai. The world is a tough place. This I cannot lie. But be easy, for when it is your time, you'll have your key by your side. The lock to your door with her will open up a world of more. You can explore together, but make sure that you finish your quest. For the last time I checked, you still have to bring in those checks. You can't be paid for your sword. I'm not training no bum. So work more, love, your space samurai above. Use your brush, not your sword. And I'll say it one more time. Work more. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening to this episode of Jordan's Journey Journal. The beat is as always by Envoy. Make sure to what? Turn up. Anyway, Zimwa, make sure to donate and subscribe. Leave a comment saying your boy's crazy. You know he loves that vibe. I'm going to make sure that the camera turns on. We're in a new place today, and Sarah doesn't want to be on the camera, so maybe I'll just wait. So anyway, Zimwa, without further ado, let's turn this bish on. As you can hear my shit. Alright, click, and then button push, button press. Let's see if that's high enough. Man, that just gets me. Alright, cool. Hi. So Zimwa, yeah, what's up? Not much. This one was actually really good. This one was a very feel-good. Bleach and acid is what I'm gonna end up calling it, because it is a cleansing. It's me saying I want to create music. It's me saying I want to, I don't know, what else? I'm basically saying I'm a very unique individual. I'm atypical, you know, and I'm not necessarily using the philosophies that were passed down from A to B, but more of using the shit that kind of vibes with me. You see, I just want to make sure that at the end of the day I can still be free, because even though I have a plan to make a van and do that shit, there's still some cool things called insurance and taxes, and you can't avoid them if you live in certain places. But I have heard of a few that, you know, but we'll erase that. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is this: responsibilities are a very big part of life. And like I said here, I'm trying to build my castle of belief on top of the thing that beats in my chest, okay? Alright. So, yeah, anyway, this was a really good one. This one was really relieving, and I like the part at the end about me meeting Kiki, or my space cowgirl, wherever she is. Hopefully one day, Zemwa kids, but I'm not looking for that future. I'm waiting for the universe to surprise me, because honestly, my G, that's the only thing that we truly get for free. It's the arrival of this nice tea, or maybe a good friendship like Sarah is to me. So yeah, or lavender pills, because tobacco kills, and I'm gonna tell my kids that if I ever have them. You know, if you really want to smoke cigarettes, don't go to Arby's. But this is the real shit, my G. Again, I don't think it's toxic. And if it is, well, I tried, but research is the biggest thing, my guy. So as I'm trying to kind of fumble and give you a whole lot of perspective here, this one's going to be kind of short because I feel awkward here. It's not my space, but it's okay because I am in no rush and no race. As I said in the line, my wrist does not have a watch, so I am on my own time, so just watch. Kind of like how a plant grows up. It takes a while, but it takes a good person to care for them. So yeah, you know, your plant will die if you don't take care of it. I've learned a lot from Sarah, my dude, my guy, you know, so share it. Anyway, Zemwa. Making sure that this shit is going off without a hitch. Making sure that my life is going well. I'm trying to get on unemployment because of a lot of reasons, but Zemwa, you know, life is going well, I think, which I think is the good thing. I was talking with Sarah earlier today. She was like, yeah, you're on a very good upward swing, dude. I don't want to see you slip. And I was like, that's the thing. I really can see myself kind of slipping a little bit, but I have belief in God, Zemwa and Zemwa, that everything's going to be aces from here, you know, providing that I do make the right moves and try to keep my mind a little bit more clear. You know, stay off drugs. That's the biggest thing. Honestly, I have a pretty good relationship with alcohol, apparently, which is good. I have a fairly decent relationship with smoking in general. You know, even though I do smoke a lot, I choose healthier question mark options. You know, I don't know how good this is, the vape, or how good lavender really is, but it's at least not tobacco, which I'm very happy about. You know, and things are just looking up. This is bleach and acid, dude. This is stuff to just get your system and gunk out. Because in my experience with psychedelics, at least, and this is no way condoning psychedelics, you know, don't do them if you don't feel comfortable, and I'm not saying they're a good idea, but hey, everything is out there. You know, it takes all the stuff that you don't want surfaced and surfaces it occasionally. It can, at least. And on my last trip, it was ridiculous because I viewed my problems with Lauren, I viewed my problems with my dad, I viewed my problems with art, and the thing is, even though the trip itself was very tough and difficult, I did make constructive change in my life. You know, I realized that I can take it a lot slower, that my dad is more important to me in my life, that me and my ex's relationship has to be a little bit better if I want to continue on with that relationship, you know, but everything in time and everything with time, as always. And that's the real important part to realize, you know, that everything takes a lot of time to prosper, like a plant. Nothing is instant. You know, my mom says it all the time to me. Jordan, you just want shit microwave. You don't know that speaks for itself. He just wants your microwave. You just want to hit 30 seconds, and even that's not fast enough for you, you know. Meanwhile, most things take time. Have you ever had like really good slow cooked pork, or if you're a vegetarian, really good slow cooked tofu? Zemois, nice mush. Really good slow cooked pork with seasoning and everything. It tastes miles better than just kind of like a seared pork chop, man. Or at least that's my opinion on it. Zemois. You can put it on white bread and I'll still eat that shit over a pork chop. That was cooked in like 3 seconds. Zemois. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Anyway. I think that's going to end it, guys. We're approaching about 11 minutes. So that's going to be it. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, space cowboys and samurais alike, I will catch you on the next hike. Look out for Jordan in kinetic chucks on an all-white bike. Zemois, spray painted like a ghost. Why? Because even though the pale horse was green, I choose white. Conquest first. Zemois. Do your research. Alright. Anyway, Patreon special. Hello and welcome to the Patreon special. My name is Zemois. How the fuck you doing? Zemois. Welcome to the club. Zemois. And by that I mean my friend Sarah's house. Zemois. It's a pretty dope place. Best friend of my existence, you know. At least one of them. Zemois. Humble soul. Zemois. Much love, as always. Zemois. But nothing about her. Zemois. Let's talk about whatever. Zemois. So what's up? Zemois. Where's your piece of paper? Zemois. It's in there. Zemois. Can you get it? Yeah. Zemois. What about the marker? Zemois. I think you have more than enough. Zemois. Excuse me. Zemois. So let's see what the spirits or death or whoever's really talking has to say. Yeah, it's Jordan another way. I just heard a thing, so there you go. Say Jordan in another dimension, in another time frame, and parallel reality, higher Jordan who's reincarnated 15 million times, but Jordan is helping out Jordan, Zemois, whatever you want to say. Jordan, how you doing today? How do you know this is me and not really you with a mask on? Well, the Zemois, that's a very good question. Let's answer it. So it's me with a mask on, but it's me without a mask, and that's a really important part that you have to remember, you see, because you can put your finger over here and it's left, but to you it's right. Zemois, you see. It's all about what? The big P word, which is perspective, and that's why my art typically looks like this, which you can't see at all, but if you flip it, it gives you a completely new image, and technically all art pieces do the same, just like all plants, life, whatever. I'm surrounded by plants literally, but everything in life can give you a new perspective. That's why I try to stay in that, not existential, but I try to stay in that gray area of, well, there could be this and there could be that. I find that in today's reality, and I think I've said this multiple times, that everything is always two-sided. Why must there be blue versus red? Why must there be black? Not necessarily versus white, but why must there be always two sides? It's because I feel personally that humans need to be able to pick a spot. I'm not saying it evolved from tribalism, because I don't necessarily know too much about that, but I'm going to talk about my personal experience. You know, growing up as a kid of color in a primarily, if not wholly, white town, you know, and by, you already know, and by white town I mean Zimwa, like white bread, Zimwa, like there's a reason why I talk the way I do, there's a reason why blah 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 blah, like being the metaphorical, being the stereotypical Oreo of my existence is just an anomaly to me, because I'm like, it doesn't really make sense, you know, like my mom's always speaks Spanish. My mom speaks Spanish, my dad speaks Creole because he's Haitian and she's Dominican, so naturally I should be trilingual, at least quadlingual, because I could probably pick up French pretty easily, or whatever you want to say, you know, or whatever four languages means. 4 languages is the definition. But here I am, can really only speak English and kind of broken Spanish, you know, and I had to kind of make my own group, make my own way. I had to find the weirdos, the nerds, the people, the cast outs, the shunners, not the people who are shunned, but the people who are kind of in a similar space. And just because you are that person does not mean, yeah, my mom just said, Jordan, are you sure you're looking with your eye? And then literally my abuela said, Zemwa, he said, stop looking with your eye and listen to what he's saying. Zemwa. The video's not necessarily for you, the videos to keep you entertained, movement, it keeps you in, but Zemwa, listen to the words. Let me rephrase and restate. Zemwa, being in a place where you do not feel accepted or the same is like a fish being out of water. It eventually learns to survive if it is strong enough, or if it has the right genes, or if it believes, or if whatever, but not every single fish can survive that environment. Zimwa. It takes a special circle of few to be able to do that. I happen to be one of the lucky ones. Zimwa. We all do, actually. The mere concept that humans are able to exist, that we are able to live among like everything, be top dog, you know, the only greatest threat that we have is each other, that is ridiculous to me. Where I'm like, how in the cosmic fuck are we existing? And you don't just like people, like certain people just don't sit and just look up at the stars and just be like, shit, man, we really fucking out here. And then just sit with that for a minute. And as the song ends, Zimwa, excuse me. For humans to say that we really out here, a poem by Jordan. Okay, Death wants to say this first. This may not go according to his verse, but let me try to mark you up with curse, because this does, in fact, say something about Jack, and this samurai has to be back and get his ladybug, in fact. You see, Ashi was never meant to die. She is actually in the ether somewhere. That's why Jack must, what, go back and cry? No, live a full life. He existed in the new reality, like I was saying before. You see, Jack, the samurai who hid all those swords, he's the man that you should be looking for. What if I told you that all of the characters that you see in the comic books and in movies and in Netflix exist, and this is the dopest shit, because you can make them if you really want to. There's a cool thing called cosplay, and my man, write over your own lines, my dude. There's a thing called also fanfics, and my shtick is this shit. What if I told you this? That because the universe is the way it is, that because we are actually small-minded, we don't think about this, that the collective consciousness that everybody does indeed say has a true purpose in our life one day. The true essence of what we're trying to do is trying to get back and figure out who we exactly are, my dude. Because what if I told you this, with a little bit of a perspective, that we actually can exist? On what? On the television, on the TV, and stories in books. It's a cool guide. Hitchhikers, put up your thumbs, throw around your towel, and say hi. That would be the first one. The first number? No, the 42 subject. The 42nd subject. The man who had to Frankenstein his body like in Soul Eater. Click, click, do you get the rub yet? And that's a reference to the mortal coil that we must shuffle off first, realizing that your neighbor is not a officer. He's a person first, a life, a family, but maybe with a twisted curse. You see, demons occur, and it's a horrible thing. That's why I salute my officer, but I don't wear the flag, King. I don't have the back in blue or back the blue or whatever you got. No, I just back you. I'm like, look, my dad's a cop, and the trauma that he's seen, it should really stop. The universe is a fucked place. It's really fucked up. But I'm going to tell you this, the trauma will stop. It's about how you can choose to survive. It's about how you can choose to live till 35 and still want to go maybe one day more, because I'm going to tell you this, there is much more in store. The one thing that I constantly forget is about patience, mon chéri, is about my friends, and how one day we're all going to be chilling, 90s, smoking cigarettes and grilling. Concepts of time. People say it doesn't exist, and that's fine. But allow me to take a second and unwind. Allow me to take a fucking second and unwind. Because the reason that I don't wear a watch on my wrist is this. I don't need to be reminded of shit. Time is how I predict it. Time is how I predict it. The sun is a goddamn gift. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? Saying that we have a long time on this rock, but longer somehow. Saying that my rhymes will only get better. And I'm saying that all I want is her fucking sweater. Because that's the next chapter of my life. If she chooses to, simply write. But until then, I'll just be, fishing with God, my personal Maharaji. So, this has been your boy, Death's Kid, also known as DTK, so enjoy. That is me in the anime. I don't wield two guns, I wield everything. J'aime. Pick up your bucks, Chuck. What does that mean? Pick up your shoes and run with it. The world is a whole lot more moldable, kind of like a blank canvas. Thank you for listening to this episode Patreon special, part 2. This has been Jordan's Journey Journal. Make sure to subscribe and donate, because your boy, as much as it may seem fake, needs a new vape. And by that I mean I need things. And if we want this future to come true, just join the fucking cult of Chucks, my dude. But let me back up a second and say the real shit. Not in rhyme, but if it does come out, it'll be quick. Make sure to donate, make sure to subscribe, because motherfuckers and space cowboys alike, it's gonna be one wild ride. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you on the other side. This has been your boy, J'aime DTK, coming at you live. Not soon, but most days. Alright. Roy Lars is on Mars, smoking bars that are not Xanax or Klonopin. Before you do drugs, kids, take a sip of gin. Take out your lavender pen and realize that what? Chief, it's always been within. Everything that you want to achieve has been written with a pen by not me, by something undescribable. All it takes for you is to believe and realize that the Bible, pause, and it just cuts. J'aime. What's that? What's up? What's up? You thought it was gonna be shit? Nah, man, it's the vibes in this room. It's the plants, my bitch. Anyway, I'm gonna wait for the camera to shut off now, so I can do the unrecorded segment, the true Patreon special. J'aime. Have a good night, Chiefs. And people are like, he writes all his lines, and I'm like, I don't. Really? No, they just kind of come to me. Almost like it's a form of channeling. Almost like the thing that some people believe in, some people choose to believe in, is actually true or has some merit. In Naruto, homie happens to be Orochimaru. Just saying. you know, that is who I choose. Because I normally tend to choose the bad guy, but I like to put a twist on it to make him a little bit more good, you know? Like, I heard a theory somewhere, read it on the internet or some shit, that the Antichrist was actually the first horseman. They think that Jesus was the first horseman, the first sign of the apocalypse in biblical scripture, which again, don't subscribe to, but something to think about. And I'm saying it's a little bit different than that, Chief. Thinking that it's more of what you choose to embody within your seed. And just because you can't think about it right now doesn't mean that you can't imagine like a child brown cow. Anyway, that's been it. Guys, I'll catch you later. Make sure to donate and subscribe. Everything's down in the description. Cash App, not Venmo because I don't really use that shit, but Cash App and Patreon. I'm going to change the Patreon special or the Patreon. There's $5, which is just support your homie. There's $10, which is we do a Zoom call or like a Discord or something like that, and I give you guys like a psychic reading or something like that, or just talk. You know, I've been told I'm a pretty good person when it comes to that, you know. And yeah, another $10, or I think it was like the $20 thing, is Team Crows, which is the good shit. That is where everything is leading up to, Chiefs. And c'est moi. It has always been. Song end.